And today I noticed a new, although apparently according to the article. So according to the article, I'm going to read the article as well as we go along. But before getting into it, the mixed multimedia adventures. This is the third one, starting with the first one. This is the first one. No, fuck that packet. There was an event, and I think um, whilst Doomsday felt more of a spin-off to um, somehow. I'm sure they um, in and serving as the face of the series, uh, who will serve as the face and the voice of the character for the appearances in where the character appears visually and in audio. Big Finish. No, might be one of the two that's already out. But that's where she's most known for. One of those three novels. I think it's one of the Belinda ones. I don't think she wrote one of the Ruby ones. And the Church on Ruby Road novelization. And Rising Star, which, as I mentioned, she's going to be the face and voice of this. Who, as I mentioned, is going to be the face and voice of the fugitive Doctor, who returns to be the lead character of this storyline, like Suze Kemper was the face and voice of the character Doom, who led the previous one, and also, of course, Paul McGann, David Tennant, and in the case of the face, Christopher Eccleston for the first one, Time Lord Victorious. Sadly, Eccleston did not voice the Ninth Doctor in a Big Finish or any other audio story, and Time Lord Victorious, I think, wrapped up just before the Ninth Doctor. Time Lord Victorious, whilst it was announced, and whilst the Ninth Doctor returning to do Big Finish was announced in August 2020 or very start of September, Time Lord Victorious had already gotten into gear, so it was probably a little bit too late to include him into the audios that were coming out at the end of 2020. And I don't think they had enough time to create a brand new one with him. Well, I should say extra one. I don't think they had enough time to create an extra one with him. The multimedia storyline. In Circuit Breaker, strange alien artifacts begin appearing. Units are out of options. To repair the damage and restore the timeline, the objects must be returned to the exact moments they were taken from. Oh, hang on, I think I've already read that bit. So as far as we're looking at, we've got... And the Joy continue to SVP? Yeah, that's right. So if we got about half a year at least until but it's gonna the 20. So going from that, I think this time round, I'm not because it's going to be partnering with the same partners as before, the both two times. And who we've got again, let me read the partners list again, but we've got East Side Games, which I believe is our games. But maybe it's the one. Maybe it's. And then we've also got Then we've got Penguin Random House, which will do the probably do the book side, or the or even the classic Doctor's Ring, or even the classics Doctor Ring. Yeah. So add a second comic to her line of. So that'll set. So that's currently everything we know. Like I said, it seems like Penguin might be taking over from BBC Books for the um, book side. And was it the Dimension game or something? I can't remember. But for East Side Games will add more, but East Side Games will probably add the Circuit Breaker stuff to the game that they've developed, or games that they've developed for Doctor Who. But yeah, basically same stuff as before, minus the escape room. That was just for Time Lord Victorious. I'm not sure how involved with the games that was. Well, I'm sure there was some sort of game tie-in for that as well, but I can't remember. It's tricky to keep track of all of them, but yeah, it depends on the story as well. Maybe by the next one. For for and they did a couple of other stories, 3 Eighth Doctor stuff, 3 Eighth Doctor stories, a 8th Doctor stories, a 8th/10th Doctor story that sort of had one of the two on kind of two sides of the same event, a 4th Doctor event that a 4th Doctor audio that tied in with the escape room, and the two classic Master short trips, and the two classic Master short trips. One, I believe, the second one, All Flesh is Grass, was the main storyline where everything came to a head, and maybe a few other things like the third audio with Paul McGann were what happened afterwards. I believe I definitely know that one took place after another event that doesn't time with the previous audio. I think it was DWM that had that supplement where the first hour was like very, very short. Someone's ringing the doorbell as I'm talking. They maybe the last one was the last hour, perhaps, but yeah, that one was restricted to 24 to 26 stories. And I don't know, like I said, if or the stories were or if we're going to be doing the stories of the fugitive Doctor returning them back to their time and place and fuck. Yeah, no, actually, no, I don't think we can predict who will get what, because it's kind of all up in the air. I mean, Big Finish, I would say, maybe slightly going more from the 8th Doctor side, because they've done 8th Doctor and audios for both of the previous events, but maybe they'll want to mix it up a little bit. Maybe they'll they did 10 as well and 4 in the first run, but maybe they'll decide to do, maybe they'll ask let's say Tim Trelaw to do a 3rd Doctor story, and maybe they'll get David Tennant to do a temporary 14th Doctor story. It's been a while since we've had a proper 10th Doctor audio from Big Finish, so maybe that's his big return. Maybe they'll do a new 9 and Rose or 13 and Yaz story to tie in with their ongoing stuff. Obviously, this is going to feature the Fugitive Doctor. Maybe it'll tie into that. Maybe we'll have another Fugitive War Doctor crossover. Again, although it'd be really fun for them to cross over with other Doctors as well. So, how interesting would it be to? Oh, hang on, 6th Doctor. They need to do the Fugitive Doctor meets the 6th Doctor in audio. That one is gonna be. That will be amazing. That one's probably going to be the best one they get to do. The other ones maybe the 1st and 7th Doctors, as well as also a reunion with 13. But if you're going to do it with any Doctor besides 13, and you're not doing another War Doctor crossover, do it with 6. That will be the best one to do it with. But truth be told, when it comes to the stories and the interactions, there's not really a limit. It's just a limit on how many they'll be able to do, and I'm predicting if it's 14, I would actually be kind of annoyed, because that means they not only they probably will skip. So that's my theory, but we'll see how it goes. Again, they could get a bonus one for the. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Whoniversals YouTube channel. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Nicholas Payne bonus content YouTube channel.